Just visit the new CalgaryHerald.com with more of everything worth knowing.
A lot of people accuse me of being a junk collector, but to me it's all merchandise.
Right. Peter Plesky surveys the 30 acres that used to be the Serpro Energy Services Yard outside Medicine Hat.
You know, what's built here is a labor of love from a lot of good people.
Now the 53-year-old welder can only drive through what was once a thriving oil patch services company.
You know, there's probably $20 million worth of equipment.
The rows of heavy equipment weren't just sitting in a yard back then. They were scattered across southern Alberta and Saskatchewan well sites, gas plants, and pipelines.
Up till receivership, we might have had 4 or 5 pieces in the yard.
Okay.
That was it.
When we visited last month, the only work being done here was cleaning up in advance of the huge auction to sell off what's left of Serpro Services. This week, all that equipment rolled off the lot for one last time, bringing in more than $8 million.
It's a tough situation. So, you know, we powered through as hard as we could, and then we had the misfortune of the bank not coming along.
Oil and oil sands may get the headlines in Alberta, but the province is fueled by natural gas, and the gas business is hurting.
For those who aren't aware, 70% of our royalties are in the natural gas, so we're exceptionally vulnerable when that's down.
Gas prices cratered last year, and drilling dropped dramatically as the global recession hit. If that wasn't bad enough, there's also a fundamental shift going on in the natural gas industry. Shale gas. A perfect shale storm, if you like. It used to be tougher to get, but massive stores of shale gas are now being successfully squeezed from several U.S. states.
Some of those gas finds south of the border may be more easily extracted, so more inexpensively extracted, so there's not that transport cost in getting the goods to market.
It's changing North America's natural gas supply, and the ripples are being felt back here in Alberta.
Both the new discoveries south of the border and the recession colliding together have given us a fairly bleak picture on our gas.
The province is facing steep drops in royalty revenues and posting consecutive deficit budgets. Cuts are on the way. A $280 million expansion to the Medicine Hat Hospital, announced during the last provincial election, has since been put on hold.
With the price of, if you look at natural gas, for example, where it was up to $13 in Alberta, and now it hit below $3, it really hurt us.
Rudyard Kipling's famous line describes Medicine Hat as having, quote, all hell for a basement, referring to the vast natural gas reserves beneath it.
And as it stands now, we're making money, we're making profit. We'd like to make a little bit more, but that's just a wish at this point.
The city owns some 4,000 wells stretching into Saskatchewan, but dividends from the gas operation has dropped considerably. The $92 million net profit in 2008 the city received was roughly 1/3 of that in 2009.
So how do you sustain this? And how do you keep in business? That's the million-dollar question, particularly when the Americans have access to a lot of natural gas.
The region's jobless rate has doubled in the past year. It now sits at 6.6%.
Most people aren't used to seeing me without my coveralls on.
At its peak, Serpro had 350 people working here. Now Peter Plesky is left posing for photos for reporters, while auctioneers sell off what's left of the business.
You know, we're highly leveraged, but we were doing well, like, until the downturn, then we just, not enough work, right? It's all about cash flow.
With nearly $22 million in debt, the bank came calling. Now it's time to liquidate, and for Peter Plesky, time to start over.
Yeah, well, it's a nice shop. It's a first-rate shop, and sad to see where it is right now, but yeah, it's Alberta. There's it took 4 years to get here. I guess no reason why you can't do it again.
Rick Donkers, CalgaryHerald.com, near Redcliffe, Alberta.